Saturday as well. My name is Larry Watmore, and I am with the West Rouge Community Association, one of 4 community associations working together to host this event tonight and also the event that we held at the Port Union Community Center on Saturday. So we're thrilled to be working with the Highland Creek Community Association, Centennial Community and Recreation Association, and the Westhill Community Association, 4 community associations which collectively cover pretty much the entire south half of Ward 25. So it's terrific to be working with our partners in this endeavor. Before we get started, I want to thank all the community members that are here tonight. It's terrific to see so many of you here, as it was at the Port Union Community Center on Saturday, to listen to the candidates, to ask questions, and just to become better informed so we can all make well-informed decisions on September 29th or at the advanced polls. And of course, thank you to the candidates, without which this would not be possible. I believe we have 15 of the 20 candidates here tonight, which is fantastic. We're very grateful. We're very grateful to the candidates for taking time out of what I know is an incredibly hectic season as we get closer to Election Day, to make these kinds of events possible and to give motivated community members in the room an opportunity to get to know you better. Tonight's program will be a little bit different from what we did at Port Union Community Center. We're giving each candidate an opportunity to make an opening statement for 2.5 minutes. And that will begin shortly. We'll bring up the candidates one at a time to the podium here. And after that's done, then we can go downstairs for the candidate forum part of tonight's event, very similar to what we did at the Port Union Community Center on Saturday. We just can't do it up here because it's a little bit too close. So we'll do it downstairs. So that'll be where candidates will have an opportunity for smaller group discussions with us, one-on-one discussions at their own individual tables, in the same way as applied at Port Union on Saturday. We're going to be videoing the opening statements by the candidates, and in that regard, I'm very pleased that the 4 community associations have been working in partnership on that with Scarborough United Neighborhoods and with the Scarborough Civic Action Network, which is going to be doing the videoing tonight, so that the 4 community associations can share the candidate statements with our own respective communities more broadly, so the people who are not here tonight still get the benefit of that portion of tonight's program. So I want to thank Scarborough United Neighborhoods and the Scarborough Civic Action Network for working with the 4 community associations on this. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. Washrooms, you may already know, at the back of the hall here on this floor and also at the foot of the stairs downstairs. And exits, of course, the front door where we came in, and if need be, there is another emergency exit to my right here by where the model plane is, just down the stairs. So, let's get started. The candidates one at a time, and if I could, in alphabetical order by last name, that's how we decided to do it, so if I could invite Sean Allen to come to the podium.
That's perfect. This is good. Can you guys hear me in the back? Perfect. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sean Allen. And like I said, anyone in the back, you guys can hear me pretty clear? It's good? All right, perfect. Some of you may have seen me playing hockey on Morningside, but it's not hockey night in Canada tonight. But you know what? I'm not a member of the Maple Leafs, I'm not a member of the Jamaican national hockey team, but I am on your team, and I'm running to be your next city councilor. I believe in this neighborhood, I believe in our city, and like you guys all here, you're all invested in this community. I was born in Scarborough, right at Centenary Hospital. I went to school here. I bought my first house here. I raised my 5 kids here, and I've invested my blood, sweat, and tears into this lovely community. That reminds me, let's give a big round of applause to the organizers for putting this together. They've done a tremendous job, and when our former city councilor left into federal politics, I was very happy. As a member of Team McKelvey's team, I door knocked with her, with a couple other people here as well, and I was very proud when she made it to Ottawa. But Ajax, their gain was our community's loss. And one day I went out for breakfast with former Deputy Mayor Jennifer McKelvey, and she said, you might be a good fit to run for city council. And it was something I didn't consider until recently. And as interested in community service, I worked with Jennifer, and she convinced me that city council might be a good way to give back to the community. For those of you that don't know, I'm the past president of the Scarborough Business Association. I'm a vice chair of the East Scarborough Boys and Girls Club. I own the mortgage brokerage and a few other companies, and I help people realize their goals of financial ownership or financial freedom. I've helped people obtain financing to purchase a home, but I believe in giving back to the community. And 10 seconds, that's it? Wow, this is quick. This is quick. Well, I don't know what to say, but at the end of the day, just to be quick, and I'll see you guys downstairs, past president of the Scarborough Business Association, vice chair of the East Scarborough Boys and Girls Club. I created a scholarship at the University of Toronto called the Sean Allen Award for Management and Business. I have a star on the Scarborough Walk of Fame, and I was ranked on the 2017 Growth 500 list as one of the fastest growing companies in Canada. And I think I'll be fit to support the community that I live and grow in to run as city council. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Sean. Is Walter Alvarez Cordelis with us today? Oh, there we are. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. To stand here before you, it's a privilege that it is hard to understand for someone like me. I grew up under the oppression of war with bullets flying above my head so close to me that in one instance, the air behind the bullets caressed my hair and combed it in a way that's how close they were. And that awful war is because people were oppressed by a dictatorship, but they wanted freedom, they wanted democracy. And peaceful marches like the one my dad led eventually brought the democracy about. And that's why I'm here, because it's been a long journey for me to be here. And I remember those days during the war, and then coming here to this beautiful country, to this community, and I was homeless. The same streets where I'm running now as a candidate are the same streets where I was once hungry, and at the lowest point of my life, I saw the kindness of the people of Scarborough Rouge Park. And I'll tell you one example real quick. It's when I was hungry, and this lady bought me a hot dog. that gave me more than nourishment to my body. It gave me hope. And that hope is what I live for, because I know that politicians, they always play the game, the long game. I am now a councillor, I want to be an MPP, then an MP, then a minister. But you know what? Those politicians that are playing the game, they're not thinking about us, about people like you and me. I've been hungry, I know the struggle, and yet, through hard work, I elevated myself to be a federal civil servant, MBA, doctoral candidate. A scholarship was created in my honor due to my overcoming and my high academic achievement despite so many adversities. And you know what the recipe for success is? Community, love, because you supported me, like the Holy Book says, when you fed me when I was hungry. So I am here not asking what this community can do for me. I'm here asking what I can do for you. And I will do it to the best of my ability with honor and with hard work and with love. So help me God. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. Anita and Anarajan.
Hello everyone. I want to take a moment to thank the organizers and everyone here today for your time. It's especially meaningful to be gathered at the Royal Canadian Liege Branch 258, a place that has stood for service and solidarity since 1934. My name is Anita Anandarajan, and I completed my Bachelor of Science at the University of Ottawa and postgraduate studies in Human Resources Management. I currently live in this ward with my family for 10 years, and I have lived in Scarborough for over 35 years. I have many years of experience in employment services, where I've supported people with disabilities, mothers transitioning back into the workforce, and young people. I was the Ontario Liberal Party candidate in 2022 and 2025, where I've gained experience in political organizing. I understand that we're fighting a system that doesn't hear our voices. Violence is rising where we're no longer safe in our own homes, and many people are struggling to find work. My campaign is about giving every one of us a voice in shaping our community, where everyone is part of the conversation. I will listen to our community voices and actively engage on residents on zoning changes, housing developments, and other initiatives. Highland Creek is one of Scarborough's oldest communities, built on resilience and care, but our communities are feeling unseen and unheard. I'm committed to removing the city land transfer tax for seniors who are downsizing. This measure will help address housing affordability and protect vulnerable residents. I will work hard to secure funding to create job opportunities and take a comprehensive approach to violence prevention and public safety. I'm committed to delivering efficient city services, including faster snow clearing and timely pothole repairs. I will support a regional transit plan for Scarborough and work to build vital connections. I will create a healthy environment, including planting more trees, adding electric buses, and retrofitting buildings and stormwater systems. This election is about you, the future of our families, and our next generations. I want to be clear that I'm committed to serving you, to lead with political courage and integrity. As Rosa Parks said, there were times when I felt that it would have been easy to fall apart or to go in the opposite direction, but somehow I felt that if I took one more step, someone would come along to join me. We have a choice to move forward. Will you take this step forward and join me for a brighter and united future? Please vote for me on September 29th. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Darrell Brown.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see how many people are here tonight. I've been a resident of Toronto for 40 years, living here in Ward 25 for the last 15 down on Lake Ridge Drive. When I think about what it is that we're doing here, I ask myself as a voter, what do you expect of your city councillor? And I think Ward 25 and many of the wards, particularly in the outlying regions, need an advocate, need someone who can effectively voice what is needed in this region and have it heard at City Council and beyond City Council. So, in order to do that, I think you need experience in advocacy. So what do I bring to the table? I have held senior executive positions for over 3 decades. I have worked in 15 countries. I have advised presidents, prime ministers, large corporations, small businesses, employers, employees, but also not-for-profits, charities, and that's a really unusual mix, and unions. Rarely do you have somebody advising on both ends and seeing both perspectives. For example, I was awarded a medal in Ukraine for work I did in social sector reform there. I led the creation of a national pension system in Kazakhstan. Sounds kind of esoteric, I know. I've changed laws internationally, federally, provincially, and municipally. I've won a groundbreaking case at the Supreme Court, the only time in Canada that pensioners won over secured creditors. I've succeeded in preventing damage to our environment and established new ways of doing things that are cost efficient and timely. In my last position as CEO of the CNE, I was stuck with a real problem. During COVID, the CNE had no money. Its board wanted to shut it down. I fought against that. I raised $15 million and got it to 2022. When I left in March, it had a $32 million surplus, the largest in its 146-year history. My motto is your voice and our platform. It's not for me to tell you what I think should happen. It's for you to tell me what matters to you and what you want changed. This is why I'm conducting a survey of Ward 25 voters. I hope you go to my website, do the survey. Right now, what is being stated is the main issues is city spending, taxes, zoning and development, and public safety. Thank you. I would love to be your representative and effectively voice your concerns.
Thank you, Darrell. Ashan Fernando. Is Ashan here tonight? Okay. Reza Kashto.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing today? My name is Reza Kashto, and I want to be your city councilor. First, I want to thank the Legion for opening this beautiful space and for all the amazing contributions they make to our community every single day. I also want to thank the 4 community associations that organize these forums. It's not easy. I've been on the other side, so I greatly appreciate it. Folks, elections have consequences that last far beyond voting day because the decisions that our elected officials make directly affect the quality of our lives. So with so many candidates on the ballot, the question becomes, how do we actually choose who leads us at City Hall? I believe voters should consider 3 main factors. Number 1, and for my own opinion, I think it's the most important, does the candidate actually live in the ward? If you don't live in this community, you should not be making decisions that affect this community. Our leaders should have skin in the game because real accountability comes when elected officials live with the outcome of their decisions. It keeps them grounded and in touch with the communities that they want to represent. Second, what has the candidate done in the community prior to the election? Politics often brands opportunism, and nowhere is that more obvious than in this municipal by-election. So ask yourself, what has the candidate done and contributed in this ward prior to this election? Because you want someone who truly understands the issues, whose motivations are genuine, and who has a history of working in this community. There's a reason why I have been endorsed by every political and community leader in this ward and by all the presidents of the community associations that are running this evening tonight. And the reason is because they know my track record, they know my work ethic, and they know what I have done in this community. Now, third and final is skills and experience. This job is not easy. It requires a great deal of policy acumen, leadership, and the ability to navigate the complexities of City Hall. So we should demand nothing less from our city councilors, and they should be equipped to serve effectively. I hold a Bachelor of Commerce in Management, as well as graduate degrees in Public Policy and Business. I've held leadership roles across the private, public, and nonprofit sectors. and that experience has prepared me for tonight. So when elected, I will champion community safety in all its forms. I will enhance support and programming for youth and seniors. I will help reinvigorate our local business economy, and I will improve city services by raising the bar on accountability and transparency at City Hall. And regardless of the issue, I will always, always ground my decisions in meaningful engagement with residents every step of the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Reza. Donna LaRush.
Hey, that's a hard act to follow. That's awesome. So I also want to thank everybody for coming and thank the organizers for hosting this. So my name's Donna LaRush, and I have some of my brochures and information about me downstairs. But there's just a couple things that's not on my information, is that I'm a member of the Legion. My husband served on the Bonaventure, so any Legion people here. I'm very proud of that. And I also want to tell you that I'm a pioneer for the fire department. I was the first woman firefighter that they hired for the city of York. So I know this area very well. Okay, so I know this area very well because I worked as a captain at Station 215, which is on Lawrence, and I worked as a captain at Station 214, which is on Morningside. So as a firefighter, I'm very familiar with helping people. I love helping people. I love helping people, and I know the community well. So I'm going to try to convince you that I'm the best candidate, of course, in my couple of minutes that I have, right? So again, if you want to know more about me, please come and get a brochure. So ever since the position's been opened, May 29th, there's been a lot that has happened, right? And I've been trying to fill in and be prepared, because I honestly feel that I'm ready for this position. I'm ready. I've been attending every city council meeting that's been on. I've been attending every Scarborough Community Council meeting that's been put on. I know the city well. I've worked there, and I know the city, and I really feel I'm ready. So since there hasn't been a city councillor since May, the TDSB, they took away the powers of the trustees, right? So, I think that the TDSB hasn't worked for a long time, and I think our kids and our parents deserve better, right? Another thing that's happened is we've got a new phone number to phone instead of 911, so I hope you all know that you can now phone 877 if you have a non-emergency number. And I'm not going to go on to, but you know what? I am so ready. I have my first newsletter. What? 10 seconds? Oh my goodness, sorry. So the issues that are most important to me is housing, right? We need a plan, right? We need an official plan. And I'm sorry that I only have 10 seconds, so I hope you'll come down and talk to me more, because I hope I'll get your vote. I didn't cover the issues that are important to me, but I guess what's really important to me is that we all work together. That's really important. We need to work at every level of government, and I'd be happy to work with everybody else that's running here, because you know what, we got to stop fighting against each other. I know being in politics is all about fighting, but we've got to figure out what we want for our future, and the time is now to decide. Do we want community planning and to work together? Please vote number 10. Number 10, vote for me, please.
Thank you, Donna. Brian Matthews.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Friends, neighbors, and residents of Ward 25, thank you for coming. Your interest in municipal politics is heartwarming and greatly appreciated. My name is Brian Matthews, and I'm asking you to hire me to be your next councillor in Ward 25, Scarborough Rouge Park, the best place to live in Scarborough. I am a true independent. I'm not tied to any party or third-party organization. On my door-to-door canvas and throughout the campaign, I've been asked about development, speed bumps, speed cameras, community safety zones, crosswalks, state of repair questions, and as-of-right zoning, amongst other things. I'm against blanket as-of-right zoning. If elected, I will bring forward motions on public safety and Port Union Road construction. All the local issues I've heard about, I'm eager to tackle and get to work on. I will develop several methods of communication with residents because I will always want to hear your voice. For the sake of transparency, I believe every candidate should be clear about potential conflicts of interest. I have never used my real estate career to build a political base. If elected, I will park my license. My family has no ties to any developers, and I owe no one any favors. In this election, I've been approached by Progress Toronto and other special interest groups promising endorsements if I sign a pledge my future council votes their way. I did not, and I will not. I will be a strong independent voice for Ward 25. This by-election is critical. It sets up the next election. If elected, I will have 13 months to prove I can deliver results, and results I will deliver. By my opponent's promises, you may see that many are assuming they've already won that election. I am guided by my faith, commitment to family, and sense of community. I am asking for your vote so I can be a dedicated, honest, and independent representative Ward 25 deserves. My name is Brian Matthews. You can learn more at electbrianmatthews.com. And I do have paper bags downstairs you can put all your flyers in, including mine. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Jose Moreno Garcia.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I know you'll be watching the Jays game, but instead you're here, you came out and you want to talk community. That says a lot about you, and it means a lot to me. My name is Jose Moreno, and I'm running to be your city councilor for Ward 25. Risa, thank you for reminding us that in order to represent the community, we have to live here. I've lived in Westhill, Centennial, and West Rouge for almost 20 years. I've raised my family here, and I know what makes Scarborough strong and what needs fixing. I'm not here to toss around political buzzwords or make empty promises. Local politics should be about real people and real solutions. Whether it's safer streets around our schools, smoother roads, or better services for seniors and families. These are the things that matter. Politically, many people ask me, are you being left, and right? I'm center, right? Because most of us don't live in those extremes. We live in the real world. And in the real world, we care less about ideology and more about food and housing affordability, whether it's the beaches on the Rouge being clean and safe, or whether it's families thrive here in Scarborough. I want to be your counselor who listens first, speaks second, and always works for you, not above you. Someone who isn't afraid to roll up their sleeves and get things done. Every decision I make will come down to one question. Is this good for people in Ward 25? That means fighting for housing that works for families, developed with proper community consultation, and a strong no to commercial creep into our residential streets. I won't stand here and pretend I know everything or everything will be perfect, but you always know where I stand. You always have my ear, and you always have my effort. Ward 25 deserves a fighter, a neighbor, a man of the people, and that's who I am. So if you want someone who works hard, listens well, maybe tells the occasional bad joke, I'd be honored to have your support. Together, let's make Ward 25 a place where the community isn't just a word, it's a way of life. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Zakir Patel.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you to all the community organizations for organizing this and people who showed up here today and give us an opportunity who we are today. Though I'm not used to reading my notes because I speak from my heart. Who am I? That's the question everybody has a curiosity on. My name is Zakir Patel. I landed in Canada in 1995 in Hamilton, Ontario. 42 days, came to Toronto, made Scarborough my home. Since 1995, I have been at Midland and Lawrence, Bellamy and Lawrence, Markham and Lawrence, and now I'm in a beautiful community of Westhill. Why we are here today? As few of my gentlemen already said, like I cannot say this story in three minutes. Why I became a trustee? I have held at least 15 to 20 campaigns since 2003 in Scarborough, electing MPs, MPPs, councillors, trustees. What did we get out of this? Why should we pay for your Scarborough subway? This is the question posted to me at PDSP by a progressive trustee. And I say, you have to pay for it because you took our money. In 1997, during amalgamation, they took our money. We had the money. So these are the questions. Did anything change? No. My first job at Marlin Community Center. I was working there in mornings, at night shifts. If I missed my bus, I had to go to Markham and McLean to take a bus, or Markham and Nugget Avenue to take the bus. Did anything change? No. Everything is still the same. I knocked doors in Marlin. At Heavenly Avenue, a gentleman senior asked me, when will they increase the frequency of buses? I speak to someone in Dean Park, a student who goes to Oliver Moment. There is no frequency of buses. I talk to people in Bennett Avenue, a lady who has an autistic child, a grown-up autistic child. It takes her 45 minutes from Lawrence and Beach Grove to go to Morningside and Pitch. Did anything change? No. I'm not new to Scarborough. I'm not new to the problems of Scarborough. 10 seconds. Right? I have gone through this. Somebody talked about trustees. Yes, I'm a different trustee. Go and check my voting records. I'm a very fiscally conservative trustee. I host coffee with consent. I vote according to the community's needs, not by ideologies or interest groups. If you need more information about me, I am downstairs available. Thank you very much for organizing this. Again, all the candidates, thank you for your courage. It takes a lot to stand and run for the city you have passion about. Thank you very much. My office is next door. You guys can have a coffee. Thank you.
Thank you, Zakir. Diana Robinson.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay? A little louder? Higher? Is that any better? Sure. Okay. It's not about me, it is about you. I will tell you, I am second generation Canadian, and I've been in Highland Creek here just over 30 years. So, I haven't been able to prepare a speech because I have been out door to door since the second week in July, and I have family members in the hospital that I have to keep in touch with the doctors to see what's happening.
Just get closer to the mic so we can.
Is that any better? I'll try yelling. Okay, I don't have a loud voice. Okay, I got in politics. Well, I haven't got in politics. I want to be in, and not for any reason that most people want to be in for it. I'm here because since 1920, as we all started to wake up with COVID and everything and had time to pay attention to what was happening, I was very disgusted what was happening to our families to our children and everybody else. During that time, I spent a lot of time paying attention to what's happened with municipalities across Ontario and with the provincial and federal government as well. And you know what? They're not working for us. We're paying for them. They're supposed to be working for us. The federal government is, they're coming out with hate speeches, so they don't want us to say anything. The provincial government has Bill 9, where they really want to take away our democratic rights and have the right to remove councillors and board members. That's your right, that's my right. They should not be allowed it. That's going against the Canadian Constitution and the the Charter of Democratic Rights and Freedoms. And if we don't stand up, we get buried. And they're doing it and have been doing it slowly and slowly and slowly. Municipalities are being governed by the province, which we know, and the province is dictating what's happening in your municipality and are bribing our mayors and councils with money to get us to do it. We need to pay attention to what's happening. Now, when it comes to politics, when it comes to anything, I will not. I vote only when I know exactly what's happening. I have to know why something has to be done, how it's going to be done, how it's going to be paid, and is it benefit of the people. If I can't get those answers, I will not vote for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Gregory Rodriguez.
I think this is a little bit better. It's a little bit easier for you to hear me, and I don't have to kind of, do one of those. So there we go. So good afternoon, my friends. Believe me, I did not want to run for this. I mean, to me, I think this is a waste of taxpayers' money. It's only 1 year, and then we're right back at this all over again. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Gregory Rodriguez. Okay, unapologetically, I am a proud Catholic, a proud Christian, a proud Canadian, and most importantly, I'm a proud Torontonian. I believe in traditional family values. I believe in equal opportunity, not equity-driven ideology, which is currently what's running City Hall right now. Now, I believe in putting Torontonians first, with policies rooted in common sense, law, and morality. Toronto today feels like Sodom and Gomorrah. It feels like I'm living in Gotham City, drowning in corruption and decay. But guess what? We have a choice right now. We can keep going down this destructive path, or we can rise up, take our city back from our current government. We can restore honor, integrity, and transparency and respect. We can build a city where families, not special interest groups, shape our future for our children, where freedoms and faith are defended, not silenced. So I ask you tonight, will you stand with me? And will you fight back with me? Together, with God's help, we can reclaim Toronto, restore the values, and secure a better future for our next generation. Because after last night at the Galloways, I'm more inflamed. And you know what? God bless Charlie Kirk because he gave me that power to speak up tonight. Okay? And when I talk about Charlie Kirk, love him or hate him, maybe he said some bad things, he gave people the chance to speak, and that's what I want to do through my 4 corners. And that's fine, you guys are entitled to that opinion. And of course, it's going to be people that want to silence people. I believe you have one voice, and you're entitled to your opinions, and I welcome it through my 4 corners approach. Thank you guys. And God bless you all.
Thank you, Gregory. Nathan Shan.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to begin by thanking all of you for taking the time to be here, participating in the democratic process, and also want to thank the 4 associations from West Rouge, Westhill, Centennial, and Highland Creek. I am a resident in Morningside Heights, another neighborhood, another beautiful neighborhood in this ward. I've lived there and raised my family for 15 years now, and I lead the neighborhood association there. So it'll be good next time when we can join together and build a stronger community together, as well to have that association be part of it, because there's so much to learn from these long-standing associations that have done so much. I worked with Councillor Jennifer McElvey to make sure that neighborhood also got a recognition as a distinct neighborhood to kind of start reciprocating or even duplicating and taking some of the learning from these neighborhoods into Morningside Heights. So 2 reasons why I would be the best candidate. One, my deep roots in this ward. I've worked in this ward for 25 years, first as a youth worker, then represented as a school board trustee, then as a councillor. I've worked in a number of community associations in this ward for 25 years. I live and raise my family in Morningside Heights. And then, more importantly, I have done quite a bit of work to make sure that the neighborhoods in this area have a voice at City Council. Now, the second reason is I have experience as City Councilor. I served as a City Councilor before 2 wards got merged together, and that experience comes handy because we only have 1 year left. And during that time, I worked very hard with the mayor at the time, Mayor John Tory, to bring more resources to the ward. You know, I pushed for the subway extension. I pushed for more support for the parks in that area. I pushed for expansion of the community center that's being built with more services and more facilities. So I have a track record of doing that. So those are the 2 reasons I think. Deep roots in the community and also experience. 2 reasons why you could choose me. Then I'll give you 2 quick reasons why it is important for the work I plan to do. Scarborough Rouge Park is almost the size of Pickering. They have a mayor, councillor, regional councillors, and we have 1 councillor here. So it's important for us to have local democracy. So I'll work with every single neighborhood. All 6 neighborhoods will have a voice. That is my special interest group, every 6 of you. I guarantee that I will have a 48-hour callback policy guaranteed for you when you call me, and that's what I did as a city councilor before, and that's why I got over 11,000 wards in 2018 when I ran from all parts of the ward. So please come out and support me, and I will definitely not let you down. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nathan. Sean Senaraja.
Good evening, everyone. First, let me thank our veteran, the Royal Canadian Legion, and to all the staff who is working today and hosting this evening. Let us all give them a round of applause. It's really needed. We have to appreciate them. Thank you. Thank you to the Highland Creek, Westhill, and Centennial and West Rouge Community Association for coming together to host this evening and last Saturday. And thank you to all of you. Thank you. Really, who came out here, who have taken time on a Tuesday night to learn more about each candidate. My name is Shyam Chinaraja. I'm on the number 19 on the ballot. I'm the only center-right candidate running. I commit to get the basics right and fix what not working. I was told each candidate has 2 minutes to speak. I would like to give my time back to you so that you each have time to speak to me one-to-one. I'm here with my team this evening. We are happy to answer any and all questions about my platform, or you may have any questions directly. I have my business card at the table with my cell phone number on it. You can anytime, you can call me and you can discuss it. I promise you, I'm just a phone call away. You will always be direct access to me.
I also coming to have my community office south of 401, just how I have my campaign office now. At the door, I'm often asked, Shia, why are you running? I live here in Scarborough, Rouge Park, and my faith has taught me to give back to the land from which I have earned everything from. As your counselor, I commit to listen and deliver. As you all know, last 3 years, our property taxes went 28%. I'm the first one, 3 months ago, start to conversing and advocating. We had to fight back, and we will fight back. Please remember to vote number 19, and thank you for the time. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Anu Sriskanda Raja.
Thank you, everyone. So I'm a professor, so I am used to speaking in 2-hour increments, so brevity is not my strength, so I'm going to try. Thank you, of course, to everybody in attendance and our wonderful local residents associations. So we all know that the city of Toronto is a world-class city. We know that, the stats tell us that. But the last few years, there's a real sense amongst the people that live in the city that we just don't feel that. There is just this sense that we are lacking when it comes to things like transit, when it comes to things like good planning. And there's I have a colleague that studies cities at my work, and he writes about the thrown togetherness of the policies that govern City Hall. This idea that we don't really have a great master plan when it comes to planning our city. It's very reactive. When we have a crisis, we run to it. There's a housing crisis, let's go fix that. There's a food crisis, let's go fix that. As opposed to really building out a community and anticipating these issues. So what the city really needs is more boldness in our leadership. If you look at other countries and the things that they're doing, take Singapore, who builds a lot of high density. They build it with such greenery and such. If you have ever had the privilege of going, you see how they're able to incorporate greenery into their infrastructure. And I give that as an example because Toronto used to be a city that people wanted to emulate, and a lot of us just don't feel that anymore. So I believe strongly that City Hall requires that boldness in leadership to create a city that is truly caring and welcoming for all. And as a trustee for the last 7 years for the area, I've worked with, under my purview, I've had the pleasure of working with 24 schools in 24 different communities. And I truly believe that if you build a city that works for children and you build a city that works for seniors, everybody in between will be taken care of. Now, to do all of this, lastly, I want to say you cannot build a bold city without Scarborough. We are the backbone of this city. We are what keeps the city moving. We are the unsung heroes of the city, and we need somebody with experience at City Hall to be able to navigate and deliver on the many, many issues that are before us. Things like, as of right, building 12 stories. Things like building commercial units in our residential streets. Things like multiplexes. I don't know if people know just the volume of material you have to read when you have to make these life-altering decisions that will impact us for generations to come. I look forward to speaking with you all downstairs. Thank you.
Thank you, Anu, and thank you to all 14 candidates for speaking with us tonight. We're very grateful for the time that you put into speaking with us, and we're very grateful that you're going to be spending more time with us downstairs. So if we could ask the candidates to go downstairs to your stations, and the community members will be able to come